Today's Young Black Jedi back again with another video. You are the main character of your story. You are the protagonist and the director, right? Hit that like button, comment below if you are feeling that main character energy, because that's really how I'm starting to feel more and more as I go along this journey. And I know you're feeling that way too, because the more that you start to integrate and stabilize into the world in which we live in with the experience that you have in your life, the more you start to feel like, well, wait a minute, like I am Tony Soprano, right? Like, I'm just gonna use Tony Soprano because I've actually been rerunning that show back again, and my whole life is starting to mirror that. Very interestingly enough, not so much the content, but even so much a lot of the content too. There's a very deep story, but just that main character arc, how like each you know sequence has a story. It's all perfectly, excuse me, orchestrated and balanced, right? The more you look at The Sopranos and how it's filmed, just start to see, or whatever favorite Breaking Bad, whatever TV show you like. I'm just using that as an example. The more you start to see, like, wow, like everything's placed so in order. Like the people that come into your life, it's like, yo, the people that come into your space, everything that's happening for you is more integrated and it's more balanced and it's more cinematic. The more I start to view all this, and let me know in the comments below if this is something that you guys have been experiencing too, because I've been experiencing it like crazy these past couple weeks, man. It's like everything just seems so real, but yet everything so feels so cinematic at the same time. It's like it's like waiting in. It's like hanging out at the pork store, like at Cetrials. You know what I mean? Like when we're hanging out at work in the lobby, just hanging out, talking, waiting for jobs. It's like that's how I feel about a lot of my experience that I'm currently starting to expand upon, right? And as I become more unbounded in my spiritual practices, the more I'm starting to see how this is all becoming cinematic and how I am becoming the main character and how you are also becoming the main character of your great story and the arc in which you are slowly building upwards, right? Each and every single day that you do the things that you know you need to be doing, you are building your main character energy. You are building what it is in life that you ultimately desire for the future that you know in your heart is where you want to be at, right? And where you are at right now. You know what I mean? It all starts right here, right now, right? The main character is right here, right now. There's no other way to get to the main character other than you, because you are that, right? It's your universe, right? It's your script, right? There's nothing else. The more that you start to attune to yourself and to deepen your connection to the spirit that is within you, the more you start to listen more and hear more and start to see how everything is placed accordingly. That's why I'm starting to see how this is all becoming very cinematic, right? In its nature, because it's like the more that I'm starting to just kick back and just enjoy life and just rest, continuously rest into the stability of the ground beneath me right here, right now, wherever I'm at, right? I just got about 8 rounds of sparring in today, just resting and sparring. That's all. Just resting in the cinematic sequence of where I'm at, continuously releasing into that, guys. That's what we're continuously doing every single day. And the more that we continue to keep resting, right, the more we dissolve the ego from grasping, right, to what it wants to grasp to, right? In Islam, they talk about the lower nafstic system. Yeah, yeah, the lower three chakras, if they're not, if they haven't have been stabilized, yeah, yeah, you'll feel your ego wanting to grasp to that. And even still now, I'm still dealing with that too. I'm still dealing with some things that have come from those the lower three chakras, or deep in the Gnostic system, like really starving those out realistically and alchemizing those, right? Because it's a lot of our energy needs an exit plan, right? The exit is you. That's where your energy goes to. It goes to you. You are the exit. You are the main character. You are the protagonist. You are the main character in your story, because without you, there's no character. There's no main character without you, man, or sister, or brother, whatever. You are the one to do it, right? You are the one who's going to continuously keep building upon the life in which you are expanding it within. You're expanding within that every day, right? You already have the life you want, actually. Let's put it to you that way. That's more or less what I was trying to get to right there. You already have it. And the more that you can start expressing yourself through your art that is your life, the better your life's going to get. And that's what I'm starting to experience. Right. And let me know in the comments what you think below. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. We love to hear the comments. Right. And the more that we continue to keep expanding in our arts, right? And you know your arts, the more we grow. Right? You know what you should be doing. I don't have to tell you what you should be doing. I'm not telling you to go spar 8 rounds. That's my thing. Right? Maybe there's one thing that I do that can help you, and there's definitely one thing that you do that can help me, and we can all help each other, right? But you know ultimately what it is that you need to be doing, given that the main character knows what the script is, right? You know what the script is. You know who deserves to be in your life. You know who deserves to have screen time, and you know who doesn't deserve to have screen time. You know who should. You know who shouldn't. You just are more aware of what you need to be doing, and that's what allows for you to really feel awake and more whole. The more that you resonate, you know what I mean, with the life that you have, and the more that you grow, and the more you just get outside, and the more you just breathe some fresh air, and the more that you just connect with nature, you just also can align with that too. You know what I mean? You can really start to see and feel what is it in your life that ultimately is materializing right into your reality, right? Because that's the most important. That's the main character, right? That's the script. What script is materializing, right? Is it the script of your desired reality? Because that's what I'm here to assist you in. That's what I'm here to gas you up to. Because I know you have it, and you have that power, and you have that understanding, and you have that wisdom. That's why I'm here, just spitting it, dropping it like it's hot, baby. Drop it like, huh? Drop it like, huh? Drop it like that when like, yeah, because you could drop it like it's hot with the right amount of sauce. You know what I mean? You already have the power, so you just it's about. I'm just getting you to start becoming aware of it, so that you can start thinking for yourself. Now, don't take my ideas. Don't just. My experience is a little bit different than yours, and yours is gonna be a little bit different than mine. Not that we can't help each other, but you ultimately have everything that you need within you. You have that script within you that's continuously being written every single day, right? And the more that you can continue to keep really seeing yourself as that main character, the better your life is going to get. The more wholesome you are going to feel, and the more connected that you are going to feel in the world in which you live in, right? And it will allow for you to start feeling more stable and more whole, right? And dissolve the grasping of your ego, right? Clinging on to these older ideas and identities and things that really aren't going to benefit or serve, you and what it is that the mission that you have, right? And the more that we continue to keep seeing that, the better our lives get. You know what I'm saying? The more we grow, the more wholesome we feel in our experience, in our internal experience, right? We got to close the circuit, guys. We got to close the loop. That's the main character energy. Tony Soprano, he's out there philandering and doing what he's doing, but ultimately, the script's about him. The storyline's about him and what he's doing and what he's got going on. That's what we need to do for each other, right? You need to do that. We all need to do that for ourselves. Excuse me. We have to close the loop, not have all this energy being pulled around. And I've been dealing with it, like some women at work. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little too friendly with these women, like, and I understand. Like, I'm a friendly person. I'm a kind person, but sometimes that warmth it can get misinterpreted, and I'm dealing with that right now. That's something that I'm working on, right? And let me know in the comments what you're working on too, because we all have areas that we are still, loosening our grip on, right? That's an area I started to grip on. There's this particular woman. I'm not going to say her name, but we kind of every time I walk in the ED, she meets her gaze with mine, and then mine gets meet with hers, and then how do you think that starts? Right? What do you think starts to happen after that? Now I'm like, okay, we need to bring some more Kwamun energy into this relationship. Not that I can't be friendly and talk to her. That's not what I'm saying, but there has to be order when there's a particular energy that you can feel with the opposite sex, especially when it's at your work, And this is me talking to me, and let me know in the comments if you guys have gone through any of this too, you know. And this is what I'm starting to understand about the main character energy, right? Is it's like it's vital for us when we feel like we're going off the script a little bit, or we're adding something in that's not going to develop the character arc. We need to just realign, and that's all this path is, and that's what I'm starting to realize too. Is it's just like the more we start to build and grow, the more we see areas where we just align more with the true arc of the story, the true script, right? The script that I call Allah God, You can call it Jesus. I don't know. It doesn't, what is it? Whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. I love all of them, quite honestly, because it's all love. It's all one love, actually. But um, yeah, like that entity, the infinite intelligence, has the script. So when you get off of it, you can feel it. You're like, okay, like I'm adding something in here, another character in here that isn't going to align with the ultimate quest of Subhana's script, right? The more that I do this work, I start to realize that more, and I'm able to realign and readjust. And again, in the comments below, I want to hear what you were dealing with too, also, you know, because you are the main character. Own that, receive that, love that, nourish that, watch that seed sprout, and you're gonna continue to keep building the best life that you know is possible within you, that you have within you, that will materialize from within. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'll be back with another video soon. May the force be with you. Peace.